Okay, bye. Wonder what the detective might think.
There is only so much we can do right now.
Nouzové hlášení. Státní policie má příkaz zatknout každého, kdo poruší zákaz vycházení. Nevycházení do světa.
They sure aren't helping themselves.
Let me go, I need to get out of here!
Powder keg waiting to blow. No room.
Get inside!
Pozor, pozor. Platí zákaz vycházení. Nevycházejte na ulici.
Oh, that's the wrong. Is it Daphne I want to go to? See you after the long walk. I'm back. Oh man, they've really got this place. Whoa. Whoa. Shit.
Follow protocol. Think I saw something.
getting out of here. Shit, we got the wrong way.
What? All right! Let's see how this ends!
Don't kill him.
Visibility. Nothing to report. Where are you? Fucking ghosts. Keep your voice down. Your eyes open. Empty on point. Just keep looking. Stay close, Cabo. I'm with you. All clear.
Oh. Gonna have to wait.
You got anything? You have to follow orders.
This is a big. Stuff bubble.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Think we'll find anything?
Clear this side.
Oh, I got in here.
No telling what kind of freaks are coming out of there.
No, the reason I'm sick tonight,
Call it in if you want. I'm going to keep looking. The whole place was a powder cake waiting to blow. Now look.
Something back there. Ebook. Young Medical Report. Case Study 698843. I got a praxis.
It spills this far, we are in serious trouble.
No sense closing down.
All kinds of stuff here now. Ask about the override. I found an old case study that Dr. Cipro was trying to keep hidden. The study refers to a patient named D who was being treated for social anxiety through neural experimentation. Oh, yeah. That's striking targets. Slightly reduced smart vision energy consumption. I'm not sure I need those. Could get the leg silencers. You can move silently when walking, running, or landing. Oh, it's got to be activated though. So it defaults to F3.
We should have taken care of this problem long ago.
Hack his computer.
Access granted.
Oh,
Now look.
Fighting in the streets, terrorist attacks. Dark days indeed. Catching anything over there?
Call it in if you want. I'm going to keep looking. Spills this far, we are in serious trouble.
that goes back to the gas. Okay, so the guard's gone. He's still alive. Phew.
No sign of it.
No telling what kind of freaks are coming out of there.
Worried about being seen whilst I'm talking to him. Dr. Nicholas Cipro requested password to be. Oh, damn. Too late.
We should have taken care of this problem long ago.
What are you doing here? It's after curfew. It's dangerous.
Serial killers are dangerous. Curfews are just inconvenient.
I beg your pardon?
Daria Mishka. Ring a bell?
I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to divulge anyone's personal information.
I don't have much time, so you need to start talking fast. Daria's in grave danger. That's if she's even still alive. If there's something I need to know about her.
Trust me, there's no hurry. The further men like you stay away from Daria, the better it is for everyone. You should forget it.
Why men like me? Look, I know about the email you sent her. I know you performed some kind of surgery. Why was it so important for Daria to meet you here?
I used to know Daria. She was a patient of mine.
Your patient? You mean here at the drugstore?
No, of course not. Before that, when I used to work for Tai Yong Medical, big tech corporation. You know it?
Enough to know I don't like where this is going.
I headed a project. The cutting edge of neural science and cellular memory replacement. We dealt with people suffering from severe social disorders. We were making people better by making them better people.
How exactly did you make people better?
We found a way to isolate specific character traits. The idea was to use neural implants with imprints of desirable traits from select individuals and insert them into others who were, how should I say, less gifted. Take a man like yourself, for example. Could have given you a sense of humor.
I'm funny enough as it is. Now how about you tell me what went wrong? Something obviously did.
We were trying to help people. Imagine what it would mean if we succeeded. Anxiety, gone. Apathy, gone. Depression, gone.
Diversity gone, spontaneity gone, individuality gone. But you probably left that part out of your sales pitch.
Daria is responsible for what Daria does. The only reason Tai Yong forced me to get involved is because so much is at stake for them. Big brand name to protect. I've met their lawyers, men whose briefcases are filled with broken teeth. You must understand.
I guess I'll just forward that email you wrote to her to the police. Or maybe straight to the media. We'll let them make sense of your involvement in all this.
You sure you don't work for Tai Yong Medical? That's exactly what they said. That I would be made the center of a show trial if it came to light.
If what came to light?
My job was to address people's deficiencies by integrating donor personality packages. That meant we needed lots of confident volunteers to donate time to our project. As you can imagine, people weren't exactly lining up to have a scrape inside their heads. So Tai Yong had to diversify.
Once again, not sure I like where this is going.
Tai Yong Medical cut a deal with various penitentiaries. Prisoners who took part in our programs, they got granted little perks, bigger cells, running water. The prisons, they benefited from facility upgrades. It was a win-win.
You implanted the personality traits of prisoners into the mentally unstable? Smart. Let me take a wild guess. Daria's donor was Marek Svobodka, better known as the Harvester.
Donor number 698843. All I saw, all I was given was a series of test scores that showed a perfect match. Everything she was missing, he had. Nothing else mattered at the time.
An innocent woman's been turned into a vicious killer, in large part because of a procedure you carried out. I'd say that matters.
Daria wasn't turned into anything. She willingly participated in a procedure. Now she is willingly killing people. You may choose to see a causal relationship between those two things, but let me assure you, it's more complicated.
Save it for the lawyers. What I need to know is how to stop her.
All right. Look. We obviously want the same thing here. Daria has a neural chip installed just above the hairline. She won't let you get anywhere near it. So if you're serious about putting an end to this, you'll have to, you know.
What, kill her?
That would be my preference, yes. Or I suppose you could just incapacitate her, but then you run the risk of having her wake up. Not a risk I would take personally.
I know there's a keyword that can shut down the chip. I read about it in your notes. Why would you try to keep that from me?
Because I knew you would overestimate what it could do. You're a fool if you think you can just walk up to a killer and say a magic word. It won't undo what she's become. The decision to act on Svobodka's memories, to repeat them, that was all Daria. Simply shutting down the chip at this point will not be sufficient.
That's for me to decide. What's the override phrase?
Ad hominem 2026. But I warn you, do not turn your back on her. And do not underestimate her responsibility in all of this. We all have terrible nightmares. We all have visions of sick and terrible things we could do. But we don't all act on them. You must be careful around her.
There.
No sign of anything. Fighting in the streets, terrorist attacks. Dark days indeed.
So what have I got to do now? Do the travel to Zaska.
Catching anything over there?
Call it in if you want. I'm going to keep looking.
Makes no
We
sense
have no
closing down the
business
whole
to
city.
Investigate anomaly. Recharge. Whoa. Shit.
This is ridiculous. At least get us out of the rain.
So travel to here. Be back after the long walk. I'm back. Whoa, whoa.
Here? Come on, I heard something.
Okay, it's close. That's the bounty. There's something in there.
She wants to join the police. Can you believe it?
The whole city is going to fall.
Something within this circling blade. Oh. Already be. As the case is searched. Right, let's just prevent the book from noise. Follow the trail. Follow the trail. Look at this. Maybe it's, trail that goes into the sewers. This looks like Darius' cell phone. Really?
Oh, thank God. I knew you'd find me. We must hurry before he comes back.
Before who comes back? The man who killed Angela Gunn?
Yes. He knows you're after him. He wanted you to come.
Play along.
So where is he?
He's everywhere. Can you not feel his presence? Are you not scared?
Why did he bring you here? What does he want?
He's using me to get to you. He thinks that by removing your augmentations, he can make you whole again. Quickly, come closer. Help me to get out, and then deal with him.
I don't think so.
I beg you.
I need to know where he is first. How long ago did he leave here? Which way did he go?
You've got to be joking. We don't have time for all these questions. If he knows I spoke to you, he will kill me. Please, my ankle. Come closer. You must help me escape.
I can attack. Or confront.
You can drop the act, Daria. I know what's going on here. I know there's no one else out there. I ran into an old friend of yours. The name Cipra mean anything to you?
You mean Dr. Cipra? Ugh. Where did you dig him up?
He's worried about you.
He's worried about himself. He's worried about Tai Yong Medical. They're willing to kill to cover things up, to preserve their precious image. Their reasons are savage compared to mine.
Attack, threaten. Use the keyword.
I don't believe this is who you are. Something changed in you after Cipra's surgery. Made you do things you would never have done otherwise, for reasons that aren't your own. But it's not too late.
Don't be so naive. I am who I've always been. Cipra's surgery, all it did was give me access to another man's technique, his courage to follow through.
I can still help you.
Oh, gotta remember what it was.
Ad hominem 2026.
Is... What did you do? Is that how machines pray?
Listen to me. The neural chip that Dr. Cipra installed in you is in the process of shutting down. Try to focus. This version of you that's been hurting people, I don't believe that was really you.
Then you don't know me very well. Why? Why should this change anything? The procedure gave me access to memory banks that weren't my own. The choice to draw on those memories was mine alone. You can't take them from me.
The shutdown process may take some time. There may be lingering effects, but that doesn't mean it's too late to help you.
You really believe that, don't you? All right. Prove it. Approach me. Come. Closer. Save me from all those horrible things Dr. Cipra did. There's nothing to be scared of.
You obviously need more help than I can offer, but that doesn't mean it's not out there. Whatever power the neural chip had over you should be diminishing now. You should be able to fight whatever urges Svobodka's memories inspired in you.
I don't need help. You do. You need to be saved. All Augs need to be saved. Svobodka inspired me to... I can make you human again. I have to make you human again to atone for what I am.
Sadistic, defiant, inhumane. Subject's personality traits are those of Marek blah blah, the original harvester kind of, whatever part of the real Daria that now remains as long lain dormant, she must be found.
This notion you got that augmented people need saving, that there's something less than human. Look, I didn't know her, but I guarantee you Angela Gunn was a human being. Her humanity was defined by her ideas, her passions, the causes she believed in. It had nothing to do with whether or not she was augmented.
Svobotka never saw them as individuals. To him, they were victims of an age that terrified him. Mirror images of the monster he had become. He believed the entire race was under attack, that mechanization would keep our souls from migrating.
How does that sound like to you when you say it? Migration of the soul, victims of an age? I'm not talking abstract concepts here. I'm talking about people. Svobotka never saw his victims as human beings because it would have made it impossible to do what he did. He was sick, he was scared. Whatever he was no savior.
You're right. The more he killed, the easier it became. That is why he had to repeat the actions, ritualize them. It was a way of justifying his beliefs. If you kill one man, the memory is like an anvil. If you kill 7, you quickly forget the first. It all starts to seem inevitable. Surely it must be obvious to you by now. The Daria you came here to save no longer exists. She hasn't for a long time. All that remains now is his drive, his legacy, his cause.
Svobotka didn't have a cause. He was a serial killer, acting out on impulses that he tried to couch in spiritual rhetoric. A way of convincing himself that his actions were justified, but they weren't. No amount of faith or abstraction makes it okay to dehumanize people the way he did.
No. No, it doesn't. But so what if you're right? So what that Svobodka's motivations cannot stand up to scrutiny? His actions, my actions, cannot be justified. Where does that leave me? If those others did not deserve to die, then I deserve to die.
It's not for me to judge you. I want smarter people than me to look into this neural procedure you underwent. Dig into Cipra and Tai Young.
So you're offering me a fair trial?
I'm not offering anything. But if there's any hope of moving on here, not killing anyone else is a good start. Society has every right to judge you, and it also has a right to hear all about Cipra and Tai Young Medical. I'm not an expert on extenuating circumstances, but I'd say you have an interesting case.
You were right before, about the override process taking time. I can feel him receding. Memories of memories no longer crashing against me like they did. Let me prove it to you. Come closer. I want at least one person to know that I'm no longer what I was.
That's such a tricky one. Bluffing?
I think we've made enough progress for today. Let's not ruin a good thing.
I understand. No one will ever see me as anything but him. Even if I no longer am.
What's going on here? What the hell am I interrupting?
Detective Montag.
Daria's got a story to tell you. How you react may have something to do with your thoughts on experimental neural therapies and big medical conglomerates.
I don't understand. Where is the harvester?
I want to turn myself in.
One of you really needs to start explaining.
I want to confess to the killings of Angela Gunn, Misha Voracek, Pavel Klima, and Leonie Wolf. I also need to tell you about the neural procedure I underwent. It involves Tai Young Medical and a man named Dr. Nicholas Cipra. I hope you'll listen.
You can handle this from here. Just listen carefully to what she has to say.
All right, Daria. I think you should start at the beginning.
2 years ago, I signed up for a program sponsored by Tai Young Medical. They said they could help people to become better versions of themselves. It all feels so long ago now. Another lifetime.
I suggest you remember everything you possibly can about this procedure you underwent. Who was involved,
I don't know how
when
else
it
it
happened.
I'm not that person anymore. I swear to you.
Take your time. For now, nothing's going to happen until I get the full story.
We're done there. So I revert back to the main mission again, travel back to Daphne.
Nothing but an excuse to take over.
The merchants.
So much we can do right now. I wish it were more. I'll make sure you get the full space until
Biocills, painkillers, right over there.
I'm sure.
You want...
You can have the beer and the ammo. I've got 5 biosamples. Gotta buy something from him.
Stop waste.
I have everything I need.
Daz is the man. He'll set you up.
Byli jsme varováni.
God dang. Just pick up the combat working. So that's quickly.
Daz is
Put
the
a lot of
man.
space on me.
He'll set you up.
Whatever you need.
I'm good for now.
Biocills, painkillers, right over there.
Zákaz vycházení. Kvůli rostoucím nepokojům v komplexu útulek byly pražské ulice uzavřeny. Nevycházejte ven. who said that shit like this wouldn't happen. What was that?
Check it out.
I'll leave the combat one. Because I'm going to be travelling to the Deputy District. And also break time. Thanks for watching. See you in the next part.